Okay, Sarah, do we have liftoff? How's the video and audio? Okay, I think we're live. Let me know if there's any problem with the audio or the video. Is there any lag or any issues? Cool, awesome. Alrighty, all right. Since we're starting now, I might as well do an update on my my progress with the rats, and I'll show you the banner that I did. So that's what I got up with here. I'm reasonably happy with it. I think maybe if I spent a little bit more time on paper first before putting it down, I might have been able to come up with something a little bit cooler, but I think it works for a Rotwood, Clan Rotwood. And I want this to, yes, thank you. I want this to represent, I don't know if you've seen that new Skaven Vermin Lord, the priest. These guys, these rats are all following him. So yeah, and I'll bring up the rest of them here. This doesn't spin by itself, so we're going to have to do it the old manual way. But they're pretty close to done now. I've just got to put on the bases. I've got to do a little bit of highlights on the metal, put a bit of rust on the metal, and what is it, verdigris, whatever, on the bronze, which is hardly any bronze in these rats. That one at the front, there's the completed model. That was the test model. So the bases will all look like that once they're done. But they're definitely just about there. I'm tempted to, once his stream's finished, just to sort of grind out another couple of hours before bed, see how close to getting them done that I can. But yeah, I think they look pretty cool. Okay, let's put that down without dropping it. How are those armatures coming along? Oh, no. Sometimes I don't mind staying up a little bit late. I think if I can get, 5 hours, I'm okay, as long as I have a good sleep the next night, but not 2 nights in a row. I can't cut sleep 2 nights in a row. But one night with 5 hours, I'm okay. But let's start doing some highlighting here. So it's nothing super fun, but it's just to bring out those details a little bit more. Probably only on the tops as well. Wouldn't need to do it on the bottoms of these blades. I'll probably leave the chainmail as is. What's my PC doing there? Nothing. Okay. And the time where you are, that's like one or 2 hours ahead, isn't it? I'm really reluctant to put too much highlights at all on these guys, just a little bit in a few areas. Like really, I'm happy with that, and I'll just move on to the next. We'll do this pretty quickly. Yeah, it's actually surprisingly close. I'm thinking of doing probably a second stream on maybe a Thursday, and then eventually I'll add a third, but I'm trying to cater for some other time zones. So possibly on, every second Sunday morning or something like that. So I can, because there's other parts of the world that you sort of can't reach at this hour. But where you are, it's pretty close to, well, very close really to the time we have here. Oops, that's too much. There's really not much to highlight here. I don't want to take away from that sort of really gritty look that they've got. Um, but I still want them to read as if they're wearing metal armor, so just a little bit of highlighting. And then, of course, I'm going to come back with some rust to bring him back down again as well, which is just Mornfang brown mixed 1-to-1 with water to get the rust effect that I want. Okay. So were you happy with all the new Blood Angels releases? I know we were discussing that last week. I know there's a bit of controversy going around. I think anything that people aren't happy with, it's going to be pretty easy to kit bash to get something that you are happy with. So I don't think they're a big problem. And I'm super excited about Mephiston's new rules as well. Some of the battle reports I've seen, he's finally got the rules that match the lore, which is awesome. With games, I tend to like rules that sort of emphasize the lore or support the lore. That's why I love Battle for Middle Earth quite a bit. Sorry, not Battle for Middle Earth, Middle Earth strategy battle game, because there's lots of rules that sort of honor the lore, which is cool. Don't know what I did there. That's all right. I just use a bit of rust on that area. Yeah, for sure. He's been sitting in a box. When I bought him, I wasn't going to use him in my force at the time, so I never bothered painting him. But now I'm pretty tempted to give him a paint job. It might even be my next project. No, I think I'll probably have to take too long to get him done. I'll try to do my best job possible with Mephiston. Oops. Yeah, I actually just sold my Furioso. It was funny because I've had these firstborn Marines for a long, long time, and I was really super motivated to paint them, but at the same time I was scared that if I painted them that would happen, and so I held off, and I held off, and finally I just sold them. Um, but I mean, I did like all the extra ornamentation that came with some of the old sculpts. They're classics. Certainly not painting this methodically. I'm all over the place at the moment. It does take a little bit of practice to paint. look at the camera and have conversations at the same time. But it's this is perfect. It's great. It's great for me to practice this because I'm going to be doing a lot. All right, I think that's enough for this guy. Normally, I would have my paint palette in the camera frame, but because I'm showing off all these Skaven, we don't have that today. Okay, where am I going to put this? A little bit there. And these. Don't really know if I want to put any on that. I like the iron look that's going on there. Maybe a little bit. You know what? Not going to do any in there because he doesn't have any armor. I'm actually probably going to use these in my Pathfinder campaign as well. There's a place called the Doomwood in my Homebrew campaign, and I might sort of add like a new section called the Rotwood in there because I did have an idea for including were rats or ratmen in my Pathfinder campaign that are sort of digging under a original of course Mordheim and everything, but um, digging under a town called Cragmire, trying to bring it down, and then the campaign shifted elsewhere. But I wouldn't mind including these in the lore, so I can have a dual purpose for them because the scale of these minis, the Skaven is easily fits in with 28 millimeter. Yeah, Pathfinder's pretty cool. If you're new to TTRPGs though, or if you're a GM, then it can be a little bit tricky, but I think it's worth it. It just depends on how much time you have to read all the rules, really. That's where it comes down to. If you're after something a little bit more simple, one that I want to have a go at is Dragonbane. I really like the rules to that system, and it's a lot simpler than Pathfinder, but it's too difficult for me to change out of Pathfinder at the moment in my campaign, and it doesn't have the options that Pathfinder has. Yeah, custodes. You could start at level 20. God tier. I haven't tried the 40k TTRPGs. I find that it's a little bit harder to find a group for the 40k TTRPGs because Pathfinder, D&D, they're more sort of universal and easy for even people who don't generally play TTRPGs to sort of get into. But if you're going to be playing a 40k role-playing game, then it's implied that you have some knowledge of the universe already. Yeah, D&D is cool. I did play D&D before, and I shifted to Pathfinder. And I'm curious about the new system. I'll probably pick up the books, go through the art. I do that anyway. Really, there's nothing. It's probably my favorite thing in the hobby is sitting down on a Sunday morning with a coffee and reading through one of the new rules or law books. It can be like a codex for 40k or a Pathfinder or a D&D book or something like that. I love that stuff. Beautiful art, cool lore. Yeah. Okay, I think that's probably enough for this one. Are you a player? Okay. This one's one of my favorites. This rat with his eyes covered up. Oh, okay, so you've got a DM running a homebrew campaign. Yeah. I've never actually run like an actually, I've run a little bit, but I much prefer a homebrew as a DM to, um, running like a module, because that's the whole fun of it, I think, is that if you're gonna be the DM, you wanna sort of for me, that's where all the fun comes from, doing the maps and, you know, working on ideas for cool NPCs and things like that. Oops, that's probably too much, damn it. Oh, well. I think he just smells. Although I don't know how I could sort of get past his own smell, but, um, yeah, I'm not sure. The guidance of the horn rat, but really cool model, I reckon, this one. Super cool. Yeah, these Skaven I really rate them. I reckon they're really cool. Super full, filled with character and thematic. Oops, my focus is out a bit there. Oh, okay, a clockwork campaign, awesome. That's probably enough there. Yeah, with a stream, I'm sorry, it's like not working on a single miniature might be a bit more exciting than batch painting, um, rats. Although you do get to see a heap of different of the different minis, which I guess is cool. But when you're doing 20 at once, you're probably just gonna be stuck on one part for a stream. At least I am. I'm not that quick. Not yet. Yeah, clockwork campaigns sounds pretty interesting. So is that set in, oh, wicked. What dragon is that? Is that like is that one of the WizKids minis? I know Reaper does them as well. Um, I've got a few Pathfinder Reaper minis as well. I actually really like the Reaper ones. WizKids mini. Yeah, I might not have seen that one, but yeah, anything Clockwork's pretty cool. Oh, that's just and if you look at like 3D printed, like STLs, sorry, for 3D printing, some of the minis are amazing as well. It's just so many that I'd love to paint. Um, even the WizKids ones, Reaper, there's some really good minis there as well, some really characterful ones. The only thing is with the WizKids, the gnomes are so tiny, like half the size of this rat or even smaller. I'm starting to get a bit carried away here. I'm probably going to have to come back and clean this up a little. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It's sort of the opposite of where my campaign's going. Mine's set in a dwarven town, and one of the prominent dwarves was accused of treason by giving away details of what is essentially a super weapon to dragonkind. It's called the Dragon Pulse Decimator, and the party of characters, they've decided to side with the traitor, or the so-called traitor, and yeah, they're about to head underground in search of this weapon, which is supposed to be set off underneath a city. So, but yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Clockwork Tower, I like it. And we had a couple of visitors on the chat, but everyone's a bit shy at the moment. Just probably having a look and a listen to me babble on. Okay, have I got all those bits? I think so. Put that down. Who's next? I'm just going to mix my paint a little, add a little water so it doesn't dry up. Just give me a moment. I'll bring it up here on camera. There's too much water there. This is Vallejo Air Silver, which I find is pretty good. Oh, my focus is bad here at the moment. What's going on there? But this is usually my go-to for highlighting silvers of any kind. Yeah, I don't know how you can do it with that water. I struggle with enamels or oils or any of those things because like you said, the smell, and I struggle just with 3D printing with the resin smell as well. So, although having said that, my first ever paints were Humbrol paints. I don't know if you heard of those. I think they're still around. Enamel paints, and I painted the old Hero Quest, and it was an absolute terrible job. Andrew, Andrew, how you doing? Well, I know Andrew. Me and Andrew go back way back. Okay. Yeah, my first ever miniatures were. Oh, don't paint on the wood. Full took. Better not swear on this stream. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the dwarf definitely had a beard. Although I do like Varric. Is his name Varric from Dragon Age? I think he's a decent dwarf without a beard. All right, we've got a few people on the stream at the moment. I might do another quick demo of the rats. Oh, come on. No. And that's what happens. That's all right. Like I said, when I make mistakes on stream, I'll just clean them up later. It depends which what law, which world you're coming from. I think in Middle Earth is supposed to have beards. In Warhammer, the old world, they don't, from my knowledge. So it really depends on what law you're talking about or which world. All right. Let's put that down. For those who haven't seen, here's some of them. I've got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down on the ground. On the ground down here. There's the banner. Oh, I'm good, Andrew. Just quickly show these off to Andrew here. Oh, by the way, this little dude, he is my favorite. Look at him. Super cool. Now I've got to remember which ones that I've actually painted on some silver. Yeah, he's got the coolest weapon. They're all so unique, and what's more is on the sprue, there's options probably for another 4 or 5 different sculpts as well, or at least semi-unique sculpts that I haven't used yet. I don't know if I said I'm good, Andrew. Yeah, I am pretty good. Just doing my Monday night stream with these Skaven here, the Rotwood Skaven. These rats are cool. They're super cool rats. Oh no, I spun it around now. I can't remember where was it? I think it was around this side. Okay, it was these ones. So I've done that one already. This one, that one, that one, and that one. There we go. This guy's got a cool weapon as well. It's like a shiv or something like that. One of the ones that I didn't put together has like a scythe. I think that's how you pronounce it, which is pretty cool. Oops. I don't know who's interested in playing the new Space Marine game when it comes out, but I saw here in WA, Western Australia, they're going to have the VR. I'm sure they're going to have it probably everywhere, but like a dedicated VR place. I don't think it's actually going to be released on VR systems either. I think it's only for this particular company. I think it's called Zero Latency, something like that. But that looks pretty cool. Yeah, same. I'm tempted to as well. I should really be putting these on a holder, a miniature holder, but when I'm painting so many, it's a pain. What did I do? Oh no, what? Did I put metal on something? Yeah, really? Comes out next week? No, can't be. Has to be like 2 weeks or something, doesn't it? Isn't it the 9th of September? It can't be 1 week away yet. Come on, David, what is that? Yeah, this guy looks like he belongs in a prison or something. Are you doing early access? Nice. Is Andrew still here? Is he taken off? So I can't see who's here. I can only see when someone comments. Anderson, you changed your. Hold on. Wait a second. Is this you, Andrew? Leave that at that. The colors actually show quite well on the camera. I'm quite impressed with the. I'm not sure how it comes out on your end, but at least on my laptop, it looks like looks like the colors are reading quite well. Don't do that. No, 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 no. Got to be quick. You make a mistake, especially with the metals. You've got to be really quick to get that water back in on there. And even when you do, sometimes you'll get little bits of flecks that you'll notice when you sort of from certain angles in the light. If you don't get them all off, they're really annoying. That'll do for him. 4 days early access. What's the point of 4 days early access? Yeah, thanks. Yeah, the color. I think the color looks quite decent. I'd have to check back at the stream after for see how it shows up on YouTube. But yeah, I think it looks okay. Is that just for pre-order, like a pre-order bonus? Is that why you get it early? Okay, yeah, playing it early. Oh, come on. So what day does that come out? So early access is on the 5th, did you say? Is that right? Okay, next weekend. Oh, okay. I guess it doesn't matter what day. I'm sure that I'll play some. Okay. That's some pretty poor highlighting there, David. What was I thinking? Oh. Now that I've just gone everywhere, let's just put it everywhere. And then I'll go back and fix it. God, it's all right. Bit of agar access shade will fix all that up. Damn it. Well, this guy pays particular care to his armor compared to the rest. Doing these wraps has really taken a toll on my brushes as well, I tell you what. Let's put a little bit there. Okay. For those who are new on the stream at the moment, this is my custom Rotwood clan. The idea I have for them is they're going to be set in the what place is it called again? Where all the cruel boys are located, and they're going to try to push them out. So they're all swampy themed. And here's a finished. It's my test model. So that's the kind of bases they're going to have. But I think they look pretty cool. And here's the symbol that they've got. So that's a representation of that new. Sorry, get that one out of the screen. The new Skaven model that's just come out, the Vermin Lord. And this is the Rotwood symbol, and that symbolizes him. It's going to sort of be my custom clan. But I'm pretty pleased with them. So I'm just going through and doing the highlighting of all the metals, the iron, and Not too much because I want them to be dirty and grimy, but I think it's good to have a little bit of highlights here and there just to remind, not remind, but just so you know that they're actually metal because they're pretty dirty and grungy. Has anyone else on the stream bought the Skaventide box? Has been working on them? I know that Sarah has. Oh no, no. I think I've convinced him already, but maybe no. Okay. So those of you wondering how I sort of come up with this scheme, if you take a screenshot, you can pretty much get it now. Hopefully that's legible. Maybe I can put a, but yeah, it's not easy. It's probably harder than it should be, I'm sure. Well, looks like a few. Whatever happened, not many people like my sheet of paper. So let's not do that again. Back to the painting. And we were just chatting about the release of Space Marine 2 on the stream. I'm definitely going to be playing it. Hopefully my PC can handle it okay. Andrew's been telling me that I need to upgrade it, but it still seems to do the job, but Space Marine will be the test. Yep, not very exciting, everyone. Just doing a little bit of highlighting here. Like I said, when you've got 20 of the same thing, there's not much variation on the stream. It's all just painting one section, but at least these guys are pretty close to done. So you've got a pretty good idea of what they're going to look like when they're done. And I'm not overdoing it with the highlights either. I really want to keep them minimal. Because these guys live in a swamp, so they're not going to have shiny armor. That'll do for that one. And I've already done this one. Oops. Another one of my favorites, this guy. Yeah, a lot of these ones are really dynamic. Oh, I just noticed I got to paint a little skull on this one's head, but I'll do that later. A lot of them are moving, jumping, lurking. Is anyone else painting as they watch this? How are those armatures going, Sarah? I'm definitely in need of a new brush. I've been a bit. It's taken its toll doing these rats. I ended up sort of being lazy and semi-dry brushing some areas with my artificer brushes, which is not ideal. It means that the tips are a little frayed, so it's harder for me to get nice lines. So I'm probably going to have to invest in a new brush, I think. Ah, Hazza. Well, got the gang here today. Tonight, I should say. What are you thinking of these rats? How long have you been there? Hey, Freddie. Oh, where's my focus gone? Who else is in there? Okay. I don't know if I want to highlight this shield or just leave it as is. Maybe just along the top. Oh, what have I done? I've got the specks everywhere, like I said before. Or flecks. Does anyone know if they're fleck? I think they're flecks. Flex. Or I could be making that word up completely. Good night, Anderson. Andrew. See you next time, man. Okay. He's done enough. Let's go to the next one. This is another really cool one. This one, I reckon, is probably from the Assassin clan. What are they called again? Eshin. And just the pose that he's got there. It's pretty cool. I mean, these things are scary. The new law, they've always been pretty scary. But the new book, Skaventide, yeah, it's pretty. It's full on horror, I reckon. And if you don't know much about the Skaven, look up. It's like a law story. What is it called? Cashvor or something like that. I can't even remember. It's the origin story of the Skaven, where dwarves and humans lived together, and there was a rat uprising. But the story is really cool. It's really well told. Thanks, Az. Appreciate it. There we go. Have you got yourself any miniatures yet, Hazza? Oops. Okay, that'll do for now for this one. Yeah, like I said, I'll probably. Oh, you got Space Marines everywhere, really? Nice. What do you know much about the chapters? Have you decided on a chapter to paint them? Oh no. Well, there's worse models to step on than Space Marines, but I'm sure it still hurts. Luckily, they're not Chaos Space Marines. Look at the teeth on this guy. What does me? Oh, good night, Sarah. Good work on the armature. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for joining. It's great having a chat. I really enjoy these streams. Actually, it's really nice having a chat to everyone. You know what's going on in the hobby. What are you excited about? Um, just saying hello. It's really cool. Enjoy it. Like I said, I'm probably going to set up streams on different days of the week, maybe a Thursday night, and then maybe every second Sunday morning, so I can get in some different time zones. Okay. Which did you have a specific Space Marine chapter in mind that you'd want me to paint? Because I certainly can do that. And you're talking about painting on a live stream, yeah? That'd be a cool little project. Do those very well. It's all right. Fix that later. See you, Sarah. See you tomorrow, mate. The blue guy. The blue guys. Okay. Uh, Ultramarines, like the poster boys, the ones that are all over the place on the posters and poster boys. Um, like the ones in Space Marine 2, the new game that's coming out. You've probably seen them on the trailers. I've never actually painted an Ultramarine in my life, so I wouldn't mind having a go. I did actually consider painting the ones that I got in the box set as Ultramarines rather than my beloved Blood Angels. I really should be using a miniature holder for this. So if you're watching at home, don't do what I'm doing and grab yourself a miniature holder because it's easy to rub off paint. I think that'll do for now for this guy. Oops. Ultramarines, yeah. Yeah, I can probably do that. Are you talking about doing a live stream with Ultramarines? Cool. All right. Well, see how we go. It might be next week, or if not next week, we'll see if we can do it the week after, depending on what I've got happening. But definitely, I'd like to do it. So, and we'll do something that's pretty nothing too difficult. We'll try to keep it fairly straightforward, but still looking pretty cool. So I need to come up with a little recipe before I do it. And maybe I'll have to go ahead and paint my box of Leviathan in ultramarines if that's the case. Oops. Sometimes I've got to pay attention to my focus. Does Freddie like the ultramarines? Oops. How's our focus going? These mean little guys. Okay. Look at the teeth on this one. My goodness. I don't even know if that is a tooth. Yeah, it must be a tooth. Gosh. It's like a walrus rat. I don't know if they have dedicated dentists in Skaven society, but I'm assuming no, based on what's happened with this guy. Oh. All right, everyone. It's just about time for me to stop. But like I said, I'm probably going to start doing these a little bit more often and maybe for a little bit longer as well. But I'm just getting myself into the routine of showing up live every week. So I don't want to overcommit too early. But I'm sure that I'll be doing these a lot more often. All right. Whoever's left, good night. Thank you for joining me. And I'll see you soon. And yeah, I'll have a look at the Ultramarine, either for next week or the week after. All right. Night, everyone.